So my name is Tess, and I actually didn't work on a single project. I worked on a ton. I would say the biggest thing compared to other internships is that I felt like an employee here. Other places, they kind of emphasize the internship program, and it feels very temporary, like you know it's gonna end. At CNA, I started and I was treated like an employee from day one. I was treated like a member of the team. I would kind of use words like, oh yeah, you know, I'm an intern, or I'm, you know, this is temporary, or you guys. And my supervisor would always correct me and he would say, it's not you guys, it's we. Like, you are a part of this, you're all of us. And when we would engage with sponsors or talk to the public, people on my team would be sure, you know, sometimes they would mention I'm an intern, or they would just say she's the newest member of the team. And that really made me feel like from day one I was an employee at CNA. So it's kind of sad for it to end, and remember that it actually was only a temporary program.
So my name's Margaret Sperling. I've worked on a number of projects this summer, but the one I've spent the most time on is looking at Marine Corps missions outside of Indo-PACOM. So a lot of different internships structure their programs very differently, but CNA's made a very concerted effort to fully integrate their interns into the team. Your name's on reports, you're at the briefings, you're meeting with the sponsor, you are basically a full-time member of the staff for your time at CNA over the summer. I think one of the best parts of this summer has been just being around a lot of mission-driven people who care a lot about what they do, and they're gonna make sure they put the effort in to do that work. They're mission motivated, and being around just a bunch of people who are a heck of a lot smarter than me and learning a lot in the process. So as I wrap up my internship on Friday, I have projects that are still going, and I'm excited to stay on as a part-time employee this fall when I go back to graduate school. And I get to continue the same projects and work with the same people and have a team that is supportive of me and working with me through both graduate work as well as my CNA work for this year.
It is an internship, but it certainly doesn't feel like one. I think day one, my onboarding was, I think, with a bunch of new hires. I was the only intern in my onboarding session. So right from the beginning, you know, everyone's aware that you're only here for 12 weeks. But if anything, that only makes them want to give you sort of more responsibility and let you take more initiative, which is great. You know, I was able to go in and support analytical staff who are researching problems for the Navy and the Marines and the DoD more widely, looking at things as wide-ranging as climate change to the Space Force, which is sort of, I think, some of the, you know, the widest range you can think of. You know, I've worked on projects that we're focused on land, on sea, and in space, which has been really a fun variety for me. It's exciting how quickly things can happen, and you know, you pivot from one project to another, and then, you know, suddenly you just wrote an appendix that's on some report that's gonna be read by higher ups at the Navy.